What's up, guys? Today I want to go over some of the updates that I'm making to my pack this year in 2025. You guys have seen me hike the entire Appalachian Trail. I've made a few changes. I just want to go over some of those things with you here today. First and foremost, you guys see I am still going to be carrying my ULA Circuit pack with the updates they've added, which is the bottom straps that they've added for me. This is available for all of the 2024 versions and higher. My pack was a 2023, but I've mailed it in and they were happy to make that update for me. So that is the pack that I will be carrying on my newest thru hike of the Bartram Trail coming up. All right, so let's go over the things in the outside of the pack. All right, as always, I carry my Gossamer Gear thin 8-inch light thin pad, which is always strapped to the top of my pack. Now, the reason why I strap it to the top of my pack like that is because it creates a rain shield for the top of the pack. Now, this is a very water resistant pack, but it's not waterproof. But with a roll top pack like this that is very water resistant, adding my Gossamer Gear pad to the top of it, I've never had water get inside of my pack on a rainy day, and I've been in a lot of rainy days with a roll top pack. That is what's on top of my pack here. All right, so what do we have on the outside of the pack? First and foremost, we have my Zpacks Offset Duo tent. This is the tent that I carried on the entire Appalachian Trail. Works perfectly for me and Leo, fits us in there great, lots of room, love the tent, super light. The one thing I have upgraded on this tent as of this year is I have upgraded my tent stakes. Yes, this year I have bought a set of Easton stakes that are huge and are a fantastic upgrade over the carbon fiber stakes I had before. These are the Easton stakes here. Yes, I have added those to my tent to make it way more secure, and they're very sturdy. I'm less likely to break those as I often broke my carbon fiber stakes. All right, so let's go over the rest of the outside of the pack. On my outside water bottle pocket, I always carry 2 smart water bottles. Right now, I've got those ready. I carry 1 smart water bottle full and another one to carry into camp if needed. So that's what I got on the outside there on one side. On the other side, I'm gonna be carrying something you guys didn't see me carry on the entire Appalachian Trail. That is a cook kit. Yes, this is my cook kit, and I will be carrying this on the Bartram Trail. I do plan on having some warm meals, as well as probably it will be a part of my Colorado Trail thru hike as well. So with my cook kit, if you guys want any more information about the cook kit, I'll link the video up here on the changes that I made switching over from the Toke Spot to the Spire Maple setup that I have here. And all the details of the cook kit are in that video if you want to enjoy that. I'm not going to go over the details of it today, but that's my cook kit. Yeah, that's why I will be carrying one of those. So let's go into the outside top of my pack, right? The outside top of my pack. Well, this is something I just stuffed in there, and that is going to be my fanny pack. All right. So this is a ULA fanny pack as well. Fantastic fanny pack. This carries all of my camera gear, all my electronic equipment, all of those type of things. Easy access right in the front that I have access to them while I'm out on the trail. I'll be carrying that. And another new addition that I'll be carrying this year that I want to test out. This is the very first thing that I've ever bought from this company. So I'm super excited about seeing how it performs. And this is an Outdoors Vital sun shirt. It has a hood. It is very, very lightweight. I think it's only 4 ounces. I'm going to add this to my layering system because I want to see how this thing performs. I've never had an Outdoor Vitals product before. So I'm super excited because I do need a sun shirt while I'm on the Colorado Trail. Probably not so much on the Bartram Trail, but I did want to test this thing out and make sure that it is something that I can actually hike in and be comfortable in. It has to be really, really cold for me to want to have a long sleeve shirt on when I'm hiking. I mean, you're talking about, it's probably got to be in the 20s. Anything above that, I'm normally just in my t-shirt, but I'm going to add this to my kit on this trip and see if I use it. I'll definitely be needing a sun shirt while on the Colorado Trail with all of the exposed areas there. So that is in my outside pocket. Also in my outside pocket here for rain gear for the Bartram Trail. Now, there is not very much rain in the forecast for my trip, so I'm not bringing a lot of rain gear, but I am bringing my poncho. This is something that I carried at the beginning with me on the Appalachian Trail, but I wound up sending home and just keeping my overall raincoat. This time, I'm actually going to leave my raincoat home, and I'm going to force myself to use the poncho and to make the poncho work. So I will be carrying my Gear Swifts poncho, very light piece of rain gear. And yeah, so I'm going to be carrying that. That's the only rain gear that I'm going to actually have on me. Now, besides that, in the back of the pack, I've got my boot kit, toilet paper, hand sanitizer, my bowler trowel. That's always in the back of my pack. This is my inside the tent pee jar, my pee cup that I use so I don't have to get out of my tent in the middle of the night, as well as my water filter system, which is a collapsible Canuck water bottle with a Catadine B-free filter on top. So that is everything that is in the outside of my pack. So let's dig in and see what's inside. The first thing in the very top of my pack, which is always in the very top because I like the way that it keeps the pack balanced, this is my food bag. I've already got my food bag loaded for the trip, and this is a Hilltop Packs food bag. It lasted the entire Appalachian Trail. Some of the inside of it is coming off. If I send it into Hilltop Packs, I'm sure they'll fix that. But yes, this is the food bag that I will be carrying for my trip on the Bartram Trail. For me, a food bag like this for a 4-day trip, it's about 10 pounds worth of food. I'm a big guy, I'm 220 pounds, so I need a lot of food to keep me moving on the trail. I definitely will be carrying my food bag out there. The next thing inside of my pack is my electronics kit. Inside of my electronics kit, I have my Nitecore chargers. I've got 2 of them. I've got the 20,000 milliamp and the 10,000 milliamp chargers that I'll be carrying along with my Nitecore headlamp as well. That's definitely a piece of gear that I always carry. And my Flextail Zero. This is a way for me to pump up my mattress at night without having to blow all of the air in there. I find this piece of gear to be almost a necessity. I know I could carry the inflate sack if I want to, but I like having the Flextail Zero because I can do other things while my mattress is getting blown up. The next thing inside my pack is kind of my ditty bag, right? So this has got all your odds and ends. I've got some chafing stick in there, a little bit of lotion, a Neosporin, Band-Aids, a couple Q-tips. I got a backup lighter inside of here. I always have my I Suck at Hiking stickers. If you ever see me on trail, ask for one of those. I'd be more happy to give you one of those. Some ibuprofen, my toothpaste, my toothbrush, my nail clippers, basically all the ditties that you need while you're out there, or you may need while you're out there, is inside of a small quart-sized Ziploc ditty bag. I don't have fancy bags, guys. I just reutilize these things until they fall apart and then I grab a new one. All right, let's get into some of the new things that I have inside of my pack that I'm actually excited about, because on trail, I am always excited about trying to find the best night of sleep that I can get. So that comes with always searching for the bigger, better air mattress. And so this year I have made the change. I am going to be carrying with me, and I'm taking a little bit of a weight penalty, but I'm willing to take it if I get a good night's sleep, the Thermarest NeoLoft air mattress. This is the first Thermarest mattress that I've ever owned, because in the past, Thermarest has always concentrated on R value and making the best mattress for cold weather conditions, and has not focused on comfort. And I am all about the comfort. So this NeoLoft air mattress is supposed to be focused way more on comfort. I am super excited to get this piece of gear out, test it. It's new to my kit. I never slept a day on it. I haven't even inflated it yet. And so I'm super excited to get this thing out there and test this piece of gear. Also in my sleep kit, I will be carrying my Xped Mega Pillow. This pillow is the only pillow that is large enough for me to sleep on my side and not have my shoulders go to sleep. I'm a broad-shouldered guy, and I've tried some of the other pillows. This is the only pillow that works properly for me. So the X-Ped Mega Pillow will be a part of my sleep kit. And the third part of my sleep kit is the El Coyote 20-degree quilt. I carried a hammock geared quilt on my through hike of the Appalachian Trail, and it was an overstuffed quilt. This is an El Coyote that is not overstuffed, so it's slightly lighter. I'm a very warm sleeper, so this will do the trick. The next thing that I have in my pack, and the last thing that I have in my pack, it's the clothes, right? So the clothes for a trip like this, I basically will be wearing a merino wool shirt and some generic shorts that I wear when I go hiking. These are the things that I keep in my clothes bag on a regular basis. First and foremost is a towel. I have a towel for many reasons. Wiping the condensation off my tent before I put it away. Also, if there is a rainy day and I've got to get Leo in the tent, as hairy as he is, he's going to bring a little bit of moisture into the tent. So I'll use this to do the best I can drying him off. It also works for chores around cooking and things like that. So I always have a towel in my kit. I'm going to have 4-ply puffy. That is my puffy jacket. I'll have it around camp. I have never really hiked in this thing. Being a warm-bodied person, I just find it way too warm for me to hike in. But I do carry it for when I'm hanging out around camp, or on a really cold night, I can sleep in it, and it gives me that extra warmth while I'm sleeping. This is my sleep shirt, a basic merino wool shirt from Icebreaker Gear. This is what I'll sleep in on any night that are warm enough, but I also bring some warmer sleeping gear just in case it gets colder at night, and that is a merino wool bottom and a merino wool long sleeve top. So this is sleep gear. If it's warm, I'll actually sleep in the shirt. If it's colder, I'll sleep in this sleep gear. I am bringing a beanie just in case I need it. I also always carry a pair of sleep socks with me. These are some generic sleep socks that I bought from Amazon called People's Socks. They're super fluffy and comfy. I have those in my bag for sleeping. The rest of my clothing in here are, I always carry 2 pairs of merino wool underwear. I carry 2 extra pairs of creeper socks. You guys have seen my creeper toe socks. And I still hiking in these things every single day. Fantastic pair of socks. I'll have 1 pair on me, 2 pair in my bag to switch out. So I've always got a dry pair of socks no matter what. These are my Zpacks brush tail gloves. I have made a modification to these gloves. I have cut the ends of the thumbs off so that I can use these gloves for hiking and still utilize my phone for navigation. I've burnt the ends with a lighter to keep it from fraying and falling apart. So yeah, that's everything that's in my pack. A few updates for 2025, and I'll probably make a few more updates before I head out for the Colorado Trail. This is what I'm going to be carrying on my current adventure on the Bartram Trail. If you have any questions about this, please drop a comment down below. Looking forward to sharing my next adventure with you, and we'll see you on the next one.